Hi, my name's Tim Hornshaw, and I'm going to show you how I flatten off and square up a piece of 8-quarter cherry for one of my carved platters. What I do first is I mount two 90-degree brackets to either end of the stock, and I mount that to my CNC router. On my workbench, I take a scale as I'm mounting the brackets, and I measure to each corner to try to keep them as even as possible, but this particular piece of stock has a pretty significant warp in it. Then I'll run the router across the entire face and take it and flatten it completely out so I can run it through the planer. Next, I'll remove the stock from the router and I'll go to my planer, and I'll run it through using that side as the reference to clean off the opposite side, which has a bow in it. And I'll run this through several times to get it flat, and then I'll flip it over and I'll plane off all the machine marks as well to get it down to the final size. In this case, the final thickness is right at 2 inches. The rough stock was about 2 1/4 inches thick when I started. Now both sides are nice and clean and parallel to each other. Next, we'll go to the joiner and we'll square up one side for the table saw so I have a nice index to size the entire stock. Now at the table saw, I'm going to rip it to get the final width using the jointed edge as my reference. Now I'll square up the end so I can cut it for my final length. And here I'll cut it to the final length. Now simply repeat the steps for each block that you're going to do for the particular platters that you're working on.